I moved to Perch Hill with Adam, my husband, from London 30 years ago. And we really wanted to find a farm that still had the farmhouse and the oast and the barn still as one unit, because we both were thinking of working from home. My husband, Adam, is a writer, and I was a medic, but I was thinking of growing flowers at the time. And so we ended up here, beautiful, beautiful place in the Sussex Weald. The bluebells were just coming out, and the day I saw it, I completely fell in love with it. I loved growing cut flowers. And there wasn't anyone really doing that when I started it 29 years ago. So I started doing these experimental trials with different annuals. And so then I wrote my first book, The Cutting Garden, about that trialling and experimenting. And then on the back of that, I started teaching. And then what happened was that the people who came on the courses, the group would want to grow the same seeds as me. And so I ended up ordering sort of 30 packets of things and buying them kind of wholesale, I suppose. And that is really the roots and the seeds of the business now. Because I had a very young baby, not even a toddler, and then quite rapidly was pregnant with my second child, I wanted to make a garden that was right there. And so I chose the spot that seemed to work best for family life. But unfortunately, it turned out it was very, very exposed and things just didn't grow particularly well. It wasn't great. So then I made my next garden over the other side of a track in the perennial cutting garden where that is now. So that's where I made my next garden. And after I'd been growing cut flowers for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years, a great friend of my husband's, Monty Don, or Montague Don as we call him, he was already on Gardener's World. He suggested that they come and do a film about me growing cut flowers. And so they then commissioned a mini-series where they were here every fortnight or so through the season, and I was showing them different annuals and the ones that were good to pick, and also about conditioning and how to make things last in a vase. So I wrote the Cutting Garden book. It was my first book, and I wrote that 1997, and I've written another 13 books since then, and I'm working now on A Year Full of Vases, which is back to my first book. So it's back to the Cutting Garden book and the things that I've learned in 30 years. One of the things that I love most in life is experimenting and trialing things. If I look at a family of 20 plants, I want to grow the best 1 or 2. And so one of the real fonts of experience in this place is our trialling. And Josie, our head gardener, and I both love a trial. That is, of course, the basis of gaining so much knowledge. But if you're going to have the knowledge, then what's the point of having it if you don't hand it on? And that's why I love teaching, because it's all about if you learn something, then it's really nice to be able to teach that to somebody else so they don't have to make the same mistakes as you. I feel as excited now as I did when I arrived 30 years ago. And I think it's because as gardeners, we really can have a huge impact on our planet, our countryside, and the plight of things that are in decline, our pollinators, our butterflies, our garden birds. It's now well proven that we can club together as gardeners and really make a proper difference. If we all take care of biodiversity, we can have a really massive impact. As a force together, we really do make a difference.